What's up, guys? Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. Today we're finally back. We're gonna be working on the Corvette and just getting everything prepared for this, for me and James to actually build the turbo manifolds. So realistic goal, I'd like to just have it up in the air, go through everything that I need, and start prepping everything to work on it tomorrow and actually get the headers off. But if we're making good time and everything's going well, I'm gonna try and at least get these long tube headers out and then start working on the radiator support that I told you guys that we ended up breaking. I think it's been broken pretty much for like 2 years now. It's just been like just chilling in there. But this is the lower radiator support that actually broke. And what is actually broken on it is these pedestals that actually bolt to the frame of the car are snapped off, and both of these are just hanging. The only thing that's really holding it up is in the backside right here. It's like hanging, so it's still connected in the back, and that's what's actually holding up the radiator. Like the radiator is really not going to go anywhere because it's shoved up under there with everything else. But this one is supposed to be reinforced. As you see, it's got this bar here that the stock one doesn't have. It's got a solid aluminum CNC block here, and then it's got other pedestal holding it up and making sure that it's a little bit stronger than stock. So I'm really excited to test this out. It was made by Crane's Corvette, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Yes, Crane's Corvette in California. I bought it off eBay. It was like $350 shipped to the house, so it wasn't too bad. While I was gone, I picked up jack stands. That's why you see this box. I left it outside. It's all fucked up and shit. And then when I got out of work tonight, I stopped and got another 2. These are, I forget what the lowest setting, but these will go up to like 19 inches to 30 inches. And that's what I wanted. I wanted this thing about 2.5, almost 3 feet in the air. Just so it's easy to work on, get everything that we need in and out. We can go underneath, build the turbo kit, weld if we need to, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try and get this on the jack stands, start working on this, and start unbolting the headers and the spark plug wires to get all that stuff out. 2 other things that came in that I wanted to show you guys. You follow me on Instagram, you guys would have saw that I bought. Which one is this? This is the blow-off valve. So we got a tile blow-off valve. I don't remember the size of it, but we got a 10 psi spring for that. And we have a tile wastegate. This is their, I want to say 40, it's an MRV. I want to say it's a 44, 46 millimeter. But we got everything in purple, so it matches the paint when we actually paint it. This one's actually pretty cool. It comes with different springs, so you can put in different PSIs, and it'll get you, depending on what springs you put in, it'll get you to the PSI that you want it to actually blow off at it. So we'll get to that when we actually install it and where everything's gonna go. But let me put you guys down, get this thing on jack stands, and then I will check in with you once it's up in the air, and I'll show you the broken radiator support. So let me get to it. All right, guys, so it was kind of a fiasco trying to get this thing jacked up in the air. I wound up having to put the little jack stands under it, and then jacking up the rear, putting the big ones under, and then putting the other big ones under as well in the front. I couldn't go all the way up because the jack only goes up that high, just enough so I can get it on like the first notch on that. So that's still good. We're still about 20 inches in the air, and we have plenty of room to pull the headers out of the bottom and get everything else out from up top. What I think I'm gonna start with is I'm probably gonna spray all these bolts down with some PB Blast just to loosen them up, make sure everything comes out without breaking. Cross fingers that we don't break any of those. And I'm gonna take the intake out and the fan shroud cover, and then start unbolting everything underneath to get to the radiator support. It's only being held up by these 2 on each side, and then there's like a bunch of like accessory bolts for like the brackets and stuff that are holding the front bumper on. So I'm gonna throw you guys into a time lapse, get all this stuff out from up top here, just to send some light down there. We can see what's actually going on, and then we'll start getting to pulling that off. So let me put you guys down, and we'll get this intake and all this stuff off.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hate plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm feeling great. Got a date with that.
Alright guys, so we got everything out, and you can see that the bracket's right in there. It's kind of dark, so you can't really see it, but the bracket's right in there so I can get to the bolts and everything. And everything else is out of the way. What I want to do right now real quick is test fit the intercooler. So I'm just going to let you guys chill right over here. And I'm going to grab this Treadstone intercooler and let's see how this thing is going to fit in here. This thing's actually kind of heavy. So this is basically how this thing's gonna sit in here. I am gonna build brackets off the actual frame rail. This is actually metal I can weld to, so I'll build some brackets and have this actually mounted because I don't want this to lean against the AC condenser or hit the radiator or anything like that. But the way this thing lines up, it's perfect. The inlet where the turbo comes in is right on the side there, right under the frame rail, so we can go from the turbo, go right down. I think I might actually go through the fender and then come down right in front of it there. So I'm actually gonna pull that fender off and see what is behind there. And then if we can run the intercooler piping right through that, that'd be perfect. And it'll go right down in there. And then this is gonna inlet right into the intake here. So it's actually lines up perfect. Everything fits nice. I just want to get that mounted up nice, and we'll do that this week between me and James. Probably this weekend we'll get a lot of this stuff done. When the both of us are here working on this stuff flies by. But I'm gonna throw you guys into a time lapse again. I'm gonna pull all the spark plug wires off, and then I still gotta spray down these with PB Blast, and then we're gonna pull all these bolts off and then start getting the headers to come out.
I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police, straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop shit, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot shit. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting bitches with the oh well. Need 100 milli on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best nigga. Wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet.
All right, guys. So I didn't film taking out the actual headers. It actually turned out to be like a fucking bitch trying to get these things out, because on the Texas Speed, this part goes into the X pipe, and then it's got a clamp that clamps down the X pipe to this, and it was just impossible to get the driver's side off. This one came off fairly simple, but I had to beat the shit out of the other side. Let me get these out of the way. Put this here. And then grab the driver's side. So this was clamped down extra hard and the thing was like frozen to it. So I ended up taking this punch, putting it on here, and then beating the hell out of it right on there to get it off. It didn't make any indentation on that or anything, so there's nothing really wrong with these at all. But I'm super glad that these things are out. So now everything's out in the open, and we can get the flanges on, bolted in, and then once the flanges are bolted in, I'm gonna put all of these back in, these spark plug wires, just so when we're building the headers, nothing is gonna interfere with each other, because I want to make this as serviceable as possible and to keep anything from actually getting melted. So we're gonna build like a heat shield, move these over just to give more space. And as you can see down in here, now that the headers are actually out, there's a crap ton of room right here. So we should be able to fit the 3.5 inch downpipe with the exhaust and everything on it. And it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna probably end it here. We got pretty good progress. We didn't get the radiator support done, but we got everything out, and I took the intercooler out and got everything out of the way just because I was mocking it up to see what it looked like. And we're at a good place to start tomorrow, and I'll get the welding equipment in here and get that all set up, and we'll get the radiator support done tomorrow. This way, come like Saturday, Sunday, when James is here, we're just gonna start fabricating. We don't have to do any of this like tedious work to get done. So super excited with everything that's going so far. Again, if you guys have any questions, leave the questions down below in the comments, and I'll answer anything about what we're doing, what turbo we're using, any other questions you guys might actually have for turboing your Corvette. Other than that, hope you guys are having a good week. I'm glad to be back from Florida and getting back to work on this. And if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button and smash the subscribe button. We're super, super close to that 2,000 mark. And then I got a huge announcement that I'm going to talk to you guys about these headers right here in the next couple days or so. So, all right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.